G'day YouTube, and I'm going to finish this off. This should get a few views. There you go. This will get a few views. Smoking bongs on the internet. Alright, so let's get down to business, shall we? Alright, so today's video is to just go through what I was going through the other day with these move along direction notices, and getting back to my original eviction that we all know about now, or those ones that are still watching my channel. So as you know, in the last video I said I was going to do a follow-up video with some documentation and stuff. So what we've done so far is we've moved camp to another location. So we've complied with whatever fucking directions these stupid rangers wanted. That's done, but this time we're not moving. So getting back to how I was evicted, we all know that, illegally by the police in Queensland without a warrant of possession, followed by all sorts of things. Watch my channel, go back and have a look. So we come to Byron, we've seen some videos how I sort of got to Byron and how I lived and moved and lived in cars and here, there and everywhere. Then all the move along directions from the rangers. So there was one incident that I wanted to get to, and it was involving the caravan park, like I said, at Igenia Caravan Park, right, where I was paying $35 a week for showers at the park, and that's all through my bank records because it was all electronically done, so that'll prove all that. On the day of my last notice, prior to the last one, back out at Tallows up near the bridge there, well, after the police attended with the rangers to tell me to move along, not long after that they went to the caravan park and told them not to have me at the park and to call them and they can come and arrest me. Now that was illegal. I rang up the sergeant, and I won't mention his name just for this video. I have a lot of respect for that sergeant, so we'll leave his name out of it. But he told me that the officers couldn't do that. He didn't say they didn't do that. He said they couldn't do that. So I'm going to read the letter that I couldn't get off Igenia before, and the reason that I got it now is because I said I'd put it on YouTube if they didn't. Well, I'm going to put it on YouTube anyway, because what you guys did is just as wrong. You always said you had my back. I helped you out with people that were stealing from there and all that, and you just two-faced a bunch of people at Igenia Caravan Park. So this is the letter I got to confirm that the police had gone out there to stop me from having showers, basically, because when I was on the, I call it the island, when I was on the island, it was close to that caravan park, so I could have showers. And I couldn't use the Fletcher Street cottage at the time because there was an incident down there. And so I had to shower somewhere else for 6 months, and that was where I was paying. So getting to the letter that I finally got off Igenia, and this will show you that the police intervened again, but here in New South Wales, and it's just harassment. A man's got nowhere to go, and it's just harassment. And I'll explain how I've got nowhere to go in just 1 minute. So I'll get to the letter. Good afternoon, JJ. In response to your request for an appreciation of why we advise that you could no longer enter the park below. Visits from local authorities requesting us to advise them of your attendance is not part of my operating responsibility. So I'll read that again. Visits from the local authorities, that's the police, requesting us, so they requested, it wasn't a demand or anything like that, to advise them of your attendance is not part of my responsibility. So I don't know why they would have to call the police when I attend, when I was legally paying for showers there. Interactions with members of our team in relation to following park rules and regulations resulted in heated conversations in front of guests does not align with our business model. Well, they put that in there obviously to cover their ass, but there was never any problems until the very end. And there wasn't heated discussions in front of guests or whatever. It wasn't even heated, so I don't even know what they're on about there. Local police visiting the park to discuss your behaviour and living circumstances created concern around the family-based business that comes to the park. So it was the fucking police going on about my behaviour and living circumstances. My behaviour in this town is quite acceptable. I have a lot of respect in this town by a lot of people, a lot of respectable people in businesses and so forth, not just street people, but them too. Right, so get into this again, I'm going to read that again. Local police visiting the park to discuss your behaviour. Why would they do that? There was no reason. I'm not under investigation, done no crimes, haven't caused a scene in public. Maybe my behaviour towards them ain't quite nice. Maybe that's the behaviour they're talking about. Who knows? But they'll add that in there. And living circumstances. So they're going there to discuss my living circumstances. And that concerned the family-based business that comes to the park. Trespass notice. Here we go with this trespass shit again. Should you return to the park and breach the agreement we reached, we didn't agree to anything, right? Then you will be served with a formal notice. So I haven't even got a formal notice. You can freeze frame that if you can and you want to read it. You can go through it. Oh, move my finger. Oh, can you read that? Want everyone to see the shit. So it's all fucking proof. Right, so trespass notice, should you return to the park and breach the agreement we reached, I don't know who reached it, I didn't, then you will be served with a formal notice. So I haven't got a formal notice, but I guess this is sort of a formal notice, because if I go to the park, the police said to call them, and I get trespassed. But I haven't got a formal notice, but yet I've been barred. This is Igenia Caravan Park. There are lots of problems there. There was an attempted murder there the other week. There's fucking people get their shit knocked off and the police do nothing about it because they're all tourists. So if you're thinking of staying there, don't. Right, finishing this letter. In relation to the decision made to not allow you to enter the park, the outcome was based around the information provided to us through the authorities and the impact it was having on our business and team. As the park manager and with a direction from my company and area manager, I was left with no option but to refuse further entrance to the park. Thanks. I won't mention your name because you're right to me and I understand why you had to put certain things in that letter the way you did, and I appreciate how you outlined that the authorities did that. Now that's in writing, that's all there and stuff. So that's part of the proof I was going to show you. So I've got a lot more with these move along notices. I don't know if I've got one here handy. But anyway. So on the notices, when these rangers tell you to move, one of the places they give you on the list to say it is the caravan park, the Igenia Caravan Park. Now I can't stay there, obviously. I've done nothing wrong, and the police have abused their powers once again. So, right, Now that's over. Quick one because I want to do this under 15 minutes. Right, the housing crisis. What have I been doing to try and get out of the housing crisis? Well, first of all, a man has to sit down. Mind you, I've got a dog. And if this cuts out, because it's getting dark in here, so something's happened outside. I think the sun fell out of the sky. Anyway, we're going to go out and investigate. Get the fuck open. Right, so here's another challenge. When you're living like this, right, I've had to move camp real quick, so you've got to understand that this ain't easy. And it's just tied up real quick. But I want to show you something. Right, so getting to the housing. Right, so this is it. That's the fucking tent right now. It's sort of fallen down. But if we come over here, just put my drink on my bike here. So I've just started nutting out something else here. Right, so I'm putting up another awning and that. So I'm thinking of putting logs, building a little fucking log place because I'm sick of getting the winds flapping around and all that sort of shit. Right, so getting back to, so that's how we got to live, me and the dog. We got nowhere to go, it's all good, we don't mind. Do we? Yeah, right. It's a pain in the ass getting out of this fucking bush every day, so you got to understand it's hard to have showers. So you people that tell people like us just get a job and get on with it, remember we've got to keep clean. When it's raining like this, we've got to watch the weather. Then we've got to go through bush, along tracks, down roads, all the way to wherever we've got to go into town. We've got to carry water in and out of fucking camp. We've got to take our clothes in and out of fucking camp. Remember, I just told you that's a long fucking, long way to go through this bush and everything. And then you've got to hold everything that you own, and fucking in case the rangers want to fucking steal it. Right, so this is what makes getting a house hard. Now we all know the rental prices are up. I done that last week with the fucking thing, but it's Australia-wide, so forget just Byron Bay, it's everywhere. The government's not helping as usual, but that doesn't really matter. Now, I have signed up, I've been with the hub, the homeless thing, for ages. They can't help with all their avenues they got. Now, I've just seen Access Housing, we put our name down for there, we're on the fucking housing list, we all know that can take years. By that time, I'll probably be fucking 55 or something. I'm 47 now, and all I want to do is get on with work, fucking create my own fucking business, but I need a spot to fucking do it. Now, if I've got to do it fucking here, right, I don't give a fuck about your fucking move along notices anymore, because now I'll be writing to fucking Parliament. The Greens were just up here trying to get fucking votes. They won't do fuck all for us anyway. So we're going to go do that. All I want is a stable place so I can fucking work. So don't anyone out there call me a fucking butt. I'm not like this because I chose to be. The fucking corrupt police in fucking Queensland did that, you fucking Edmonton cops. Right. Now, these fucking lots stop me up here. I think they're getting the gist. I'm not fucking leaving, not moving, not budging. And get that through your fucking heads, you tyranny fucking Sasquatches. I'm not fucking going anywhere. And if this is it, this is it. The next move will be getting helicopters here to publicise my fucking YouTube channel and all that sort of shit. Anyway, it's about to rain. That's another thing we've got to watch out for. And we've got to get all the timing right because I've got a dog and we're living in the shitty fucking tent. And as you can see, it's flapping around like fucking all fuck here. It gets a lot worse than that. It's picking up now. I'm going to get a big wind gust. But anyway, that goes on. Alright, well, I've got other shit to figure out right now, so we'll leave it there. Stay tuned for the next fucking video. Sorry it's been 2 weeks to my new subscribers. I've got Maria Morosa, she's coming over, she's a human rights advocate, she's got podcast, books, all these things she's done. She's coming to see me soon. She's calling through Byron just to see me before she leaves to move to America. So can't wait to catch up with her and maybe we can get the ball rolling a bit further. She's got a clothing company that's worldwide and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, we're on the 15-minute mark and this is Buddy and the Boss and we'll keep you updated and I'm out.